Episode 11.
Yes.
No introduction. We're jumping right into it.
We don't need an intro.
So last week we got a little carried away, and it was an extremely long podcast.
I hope you made it through that week. I knew once we started talking about movies, it was over.
Yeah. See, it's different because when we get on sports, I think we get so angry we can just stop. But movies is a different level.
Well, I think sports, eventually you just start repeating yourself in different ways.
Yeah.
But movies. Have you listened to this podcast?
God, we can go on forever.
You can tell that I will trash a movie 8 ways for Sunday.
So,
you know what I mean? Fun
fact.
Here we go.
I don't know why this has become a thing, but I like to start with a fun fact.
I don't
so,
mind it.
fun fact, from the 1991 to the 1990 to the 1991 season, Jordan lost, he started that season 0-3 or something, that team did.
Yeah.
Never lost 3 games again.
Yeah, it's just in a row, right?
Yeah, it's like 651 games or something in a row. He never lost 3 in a row after that.
So gross.
Which is pretty damn
That's in a
impressive.
Bulls uniform, right?
Yes, sir.
I'll say that doesn't count as tenure with the Wizards.
No, it doesn't.
Did they make the playoffs when he played for the Wizards?
No, I don't think so. Maybe 1 year, his first year.
He only played 1 year, right?
2, right?
I don't know.
I think it was 2. Anyway, so that was a fun fact. Here's the other thing. So I was on Twitter the other day, and this comment said, I can't believe how crazy they lost their mind. So Jordan's dribbling the ball up the court. He dribbles behind his back and starts dribbling again with the right hand. Same hand. It's not an overly aggressive move. It's not super impressive. And this guy was like, if Kyrie Irving played back in the day, he would have been arrested and taken to the FBI for scientific testing.
Him,
It's
Harden, all of them.
Like,
dribble the ball.
it was so crazy. The commentator was like, I don't even know how to describe what he just did. I've never seen that before.
It's called a dribble move.
But like, can you imagine if they saw Kyrie dribbling the ball?
I think that's the main interesting aspect of, like, what would these players be like back in the day? Because it'd be... Like, remember Allen Iverson?
Yeah.
Remember when he came in and all the things he was doing?
The crossover's so crazy!
And that wasn't really a crazy crossover. It was just it was crisp.
It was fast.
It was a nice crossover, but it wasn't anything
he
like you see now.
He hasn't got moves on Kyrie.
I'm surprised we don't see just snap tendons everywhere in the NBA now.
So we have corrections.
We'll
just jump into corrections this week. We're going to start with you. Okay, so
I feel like I just been making so many mistakes.
No, not mistakes. You just pissed me off. So you said Deshaun Kaiser was one of the worst rookie seasons of all time.
He threw 20 interceptions.
Yes, he did.
For how many touchdowns?
18 or 19.
Yeah, garbage.
So, okay, yeah, cool. I went and found some worse ones for you.
Peyton Manning was pretty bad.
Terry Bradshaw threw 24 interceptions. He played in 13 games and only started 8.
No one's ever said Terry Bradshaw is a good quarterback.
That's not what the discussion is. The discussion is bad rookie seasons.
All right, fine.
Jamarcus Russell. I'm not going to go on.
Yeah, I don't even have to go on.
Troy Aikman.
How many do you have? How many games he played, or did you just literally?
He played 4 games for like 300 yards, 5 interceptions. Like, it wasn't good. Troy Aikman was over 11. He had 9 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, 1,700 yards. His rookie season. Never won a game. Ryan Leaf, utter garbage.
No, you don't even go with stats on there.
Alex Smith threw 1 touchdown pass and he started 9 games.
I'm
not done.
Can I talk to you about in my heart how I still hate? Excuse me. How I still hate Alex Smith to this day.
Why do you hate Alex Smith?
Because we took him and we paid him so much money and he didn't do anything until Harbaugh got there, and then he wanted to cry
because Colin Kaepernick took his job.
Because don't get hurt.
Hey, speaking of, quick pause on corrections. Do you remember when Ron Jaworski said that Colin Kaepernick has the skills to go down as the greatest quarterback to ever do it?
Nope.
You don't remember him saying that?
No.
I remember him saying that.
Of course you do.
It was
Is
really
that why you
dumb.
don't like Colin Kaepernick?
I got no beef with Colin Kaepernick.
Good.
Anyway, Peyton Manning threw the NFL record 28 interceptions his rookie year.
He did not have a great rookie season.
No, he didn't. Eli Manning was he had 1 win, 6 losses, 48% completion, and only threw 1,000 yards.
And look, he's still trash to this day.
Ryan Lindley, he started 4 games. He was 1-3. I don't remember, the Cardinals or something.
Was it Arizona?
He had 10 turnovers and no touchdowns. So you could do a lot worse than Deshaun Kaiser.
I mean, Kaiser was up there though.
I just gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he might be 9.
But Terry Bradshaw has 4 Super Bowl rings, and I guarantee Kaiser never plays a Super Bowl.
Maybe not.
No, maybes.
Listen.
Maybe as a third stringer.
I'm saying...
Hey, time out. Did you see that Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson met in the...
Yeah, and Lamar...
Why was RG3 there?
Because he's
like
Lamar Jackson's bad boy.
Yeah, he's literally... Yeah, okay, there you go.
He was like, hey, Lamar, I got your pads.
I saw that video, which, by the way, Lamar called Aaron Rodgers the GOAT.
In his defense...
I mean, in his generation, what quarterback has he watched over
right,
our
that's better than... No. Not more statistical. Tom Brady, not you. Talented. Anyway.
Oh, whoa.
So,
you're right.
That's what I wanted to go with for you.
Me?
No, I'm not done with you.
Right.
So listen, you be 100% honest right now.
Right.
Did you know the word troglodyte before last week?
Yeah, I really did.
You Googled it. Don't lie to me.
No, I didn't. I knew it.
Nobody knows that word.
Except for me.
Did you get an email, like a word of the day email or some shit? You got word of the day toilet paper?
I got vocabulary rumbling around up here.
I mean, I'm good at vocabulary too, and I never heard that one.
I needed a good strong word to describe what Max Kellerman was being.
So you Googled it.
No, I didn't.
Be honest.
I knew that word.
You're a fucking liar.
All right, you want the truth? All right, so here's the truth. I was watching a YouTube video of a guy like a month ago, and he called somebody a troglodyte.
Okay.
And I looked it up.
So you okay?
Okay, but
that's all I need.
But that was
to know.
a month ago. I didn't look it up last week.
But you didn't. Anyway,
didn't anybody?
It's 50-50. If you
did
have
anybody out there like the word troglodyte?
Listen,
I thought that was amazing.
What do you think is right? Does that count as him looking up, or did he know the word? I want you to tell me.
I mean, who comes across that word organically?
I'm not sure. Anyway, so we were talking last week. We were talking about movies, and I don't like the over-the-top one-liners and the jokes in the second movie.
What second movie?
Like in the second movie of a trilogy, or like Guardians 2 or Thor 3. Yeah. I don't like that over-the-top comedy, but I like Jack Sparrow, and I like how he's over-the-top. But it's a different thing because Pirates of the Caribbean is a funny movie. It's a comedy.
And it's one character. It's not everybody.
And he's funny. Like, Drax the Destroyer is not supposed to be funny.
Well, not only that, but again, they just nerfed the hell out of Drax.
Again, I'm trying not to... We got to keep the movie context short. Yeah. It was just something I wanted to correct myself on and,
I don't think it was
make
a correction.
My point.
No, it's different because in Take Out Jack, who else is over the top?
Literally nobody.
Exactly. Everyone in Guardians 2 is over the top.
Freaking.
You have the Hulk walking around naked.
We can't do it. Yeah, that was so dumb. Okay. The other thing was.
Hulk butt.
So,
well, maybe somebody out there.
I got two more corrections, and then we'll move on to the real stuff. So there were 3 other players in the last 2 years who've had to change. Last year who have had to change helmets. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Larry Fitzgerald. We talked about that last week, but I didn't remember the players. Those are the 3 guys. None of them complained, and one of them was a wide receiver.
Antonio Brown lost his case, right? Arbitration. Oh, yeah. He lost it.
And then he lost his arbitration. 3 minutes after he lost the arbitration, tweeted, "Hey, can't wait to get back to the team."
Yeah.
You knew you weren't going to retire, you stupid.
Yeah. You're literally just, yeah. See, all he's doing right now is making Ben Roethlisberger look like much less of an asshole.
It's 100% true.
Yeah. I remember when him and Le'Veon left, everything, Ben Roethlisberger, he caused 2 of the best players in the NFL to leave. But now it's kind of looking like it wasn't really him.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been him. Probably because he called him on their shit.
But Antonio Brown has been terrible this offseason. He attacked Juju for saying that Ben Roethlisberger was his quarterback.
Out of nowhere.
Like, dumb stuff.
Even if you look at Juju's response, he was like, where the hell did that come from?
Like, Juju's like, I'm nothing but nice to you.
Yeah,
like,
I love you.
I'm on your side, but he's still my quarterback.
Yeah, I can't shit on my quarterback.
The last thing was, so we were talking about how... For the Star Wars trilogy that's going on right now, right? J.J. Abrams directed the first one, and we were talking about how they both directors fucked up Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he ran, right?
Yeah.
My question is, so we saw J.J. direct the first one, and then we saw somebody else direct the second one. What if...
I like how you won't say his name.
Fuck him, Ryan Johnson. Stupid.
No, he would have been much better if he wouldn't have said his name.
Fucking... I thought his name was Rain. For the longest.
It is now.
Anyway.
Well, no, there's only one Rain in Hollywood. It's Rainn Wilson.
Who's that?
Dwight from The Office.
I don't watch that stupid
I know.
show.
No, you don't.
I hate that
Let's
show.
get off this
anyway,
because this podcast
so my question is, is it possible that J.J. Abrams had a different plan in mind that we didn't get to see?
I'm 100%.
For example, he wanted Kylo to be super strong and intimidating, and Luke wasn't running, he was training because he couldn't beat Kylo yet.
No, I don't like that at all. Because Luke is the greatest Jedi of all time. I think he left because he just...
It was still bad.
Couldn't turn it, yeah.
Him leaving is still weak. I'm just saying...
I'll say it. I would much rather have had Kylo kill Luke and never see Luke again. Simply because he turned to the dark side. Like, that scene in 8.
Yeah.
When he goes into the tent. Much rather would have had Kylo...
Beat him.
Kill him. That way, like maybe
I'll tell you what.
like kind of like Han Solo type. Like he
The
tricked
only
him
problem
kinda.
with that is that was a flashback, and
Well, no,
Luke was talking about it.
and
So
Han knew he was going to die when he walked on that bridge.
I don't want to talk about it. All right, we're done. I just was wondering.
Why are you crying right now?
Don't tell
for the record, he's crying.
For the record, I don't have tear ducts. Anyway,
that is true.
so let's get on to our topics. I've got a laundry list.
I do want to apologize for my voice last week. It didn't sound too bad, right?
No, it wasn't bad. I boosted you. I
want you to know I was like yelling at certain points.
So we'll start with Ohio State. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
So I don't know if you've all seen this, but they are trying to trademark the word "the."
No,
now,
the, not the. The. That's how they say it. The.
I know that's how they say it. It's because they're a bunch of D-bags.
So is there another Ohio State University?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
no, okay.
The Ohio State U.
Listen, no, there's only one U.
That is so. But like the U, like.
Can we talk about how Miami? It's Miami, but they go by the U.
Yeah,
it's like it's confusing.
Listen, you know what's confusing is how stuck up are you? How good do you think you are?
It's because it's
literally the most used word in the English language. Yeah. I've said it 18 times
already
in that sentence.
Right. I don't know. I agree. I think it's stupid. They're not. I mean, and then the Wolverines came out. Michigan came out and was making fun of them, right?
They should have been.
Yeah.
I don't support anything Michigan does except for that because that's Ohio State.
We know why you don't. Notre Dame crap.
Are you done?
No.
It's stupid.
For the rest of my life.
Anyway, Josh Gordon is being allowed to return.
Reinstated?
He's reinstated and he will be a Patriot.
Here's the thing.
That could be so bad, dog.
I'm rooting for this guy, but I'm also like,
I want him. I
want him to succeed, but at the same time, like it's just been time after time after time.
I want to know how good is the weed he's smoking.
If you can't, well, according to Mo was telling me, it wasn't just weed. You know that, right?
It was. I know he had a real alcohol problem.
On interview, he literally said everything.
Yeah.
Prescription pills, cocaine, weed, alcohol. So clearly, dude has some underlying issues.
Yeah.
But if any organization can get you up and right and on your feet, it is New England.
Oh, 100%.
But you have to want it.
100%. I agree with you. There's no disagreements here. I hope he does well.
Yeah, I want him to succeed.
But the problem is I don't want New England to do well. And if he's doing well, then New England's probably doing well.
I want him to succeed, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. Does that sound bad?
I feel you. No.
No, because he's
got to prove it.
I've been rooting for him this whole time. And every time, he keeps letting you down. It's like literally like somebody you keep making plans with, and they keep flaking on you.
Yeah, dog.
Eventually, you're like, we got plans right now, but I know what you're going to do.
Yeah, we've all been there. So I hope he does well. Next thing on my list. So sad news. DeMarcus Cousins tore his ACL. It was in a workout in Vegas. It looked like he bumped knees with somebody who was going up for a layup. Came down and he tore his ACL. So that is the third major leg injury in the last year. Can
I make a prediction? The Lakers go out and sign Dwight Howard.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then there's this big redemption story.
No.
Comes back in L.A. Kobe slaps him one time in the locker room. He's like, all right, you're right. I am a bitch. And then he plays like old Dwight Howard again. Lakers go three-peat.
If the Lakers signed old Dwight Howard, yeah, I'm with it. But no. Although, hey, do you remember Dwight Howard last year had the 5th 30-30 game ever in NBA history?
See, I'm saying, like, he shows flashes of what he used to be.
He's back, bro. He's just not, he can't do it all the time.
So, approach him the way you should, approach him the way they should have approached Boogie if Boogie would have played. You never play him back-to-backs, and you just manage the shit out of his minutes. That way he's
But we can both agree that in today's NBA, DeMarcus Cousins is a better center than
Dwight
Howard.
for sure. But I'm saying, at this point, you have JaVale McGee. Don't get me wrong, JaVale's a good player.
And
he fits
AD.
Well. But AD does not want to be a center.
I'm well aware.
And I think he's right. Put him at the 4, let him do his thing. I'll put him at the 5.
Okay, but you're telling me a lineup of AD at the 5, LeBron at the 4, Kuzma at the 3, Danny Green, and pick your point guard?
No, because you just already picked your point guard. LeBron James is playing point guard this year.
He's not.
He literally said it.
He's not playing point guard.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
That's a 6'8", 250-plus point guard. And all I'm going to say is, stay the hell out of the paint. Let that man rack up 80 points a game. I don't care.
I don't know. I just feel bad.
Take a charge from LeBron James. How much money?
Right now?
No, Miami LeBron.
Whatever you want. What's on the line?
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be over a stack, right? Like,
How
2,000?
about this? If you take a full-on LeBron James knee to the chest your daughter can go to whatever college she wants.
Dog, I'll let him do it twice.
Bro, I swear. I'm like, hey.
Hey, look, as long as at her college graduation, the only thing playing on the video screen is me taking the charge.
Right. Or anytime she starts getting sassy, look what I did for you. Don't you ever forget.
I'll buy her one of those digital picture frames.
It's still bruised. Somehow you get one of them Harry Potter pictures where it still moves.
It is moving.
And all she sees is you with your hands down and just since
we're on basketball, we got a lot of basketball topics, which is weird because we're in the middle of no basketball time. Anyway, so there was I don't remember which debate show I was listening to because I watch them all, but they were talking about how the Clippers are a better team and going to win the title because they were so good last year. They took 2 games off the fully loaded Warriors. They in the playoffs with healthy Kevin Durant. Listen, I got a question. First of all, Golden State has a notorious problem for playing down to its competition.
Not only that, but they played like trash in that series.
And they won the Clippers won 2 home games. Golden State lost 8 games last year by over 20 points at home.
Yeah.
It's not like they were balling out of control. And first of all, it's the first round where they really threatened and they knew they could crush them at any time.
Yeah.
Like, for example, what I'm talking about is game 3 or whatever. They were up by 30 points and they came all the way back and the Clippers won. Don't you think it's because Golden State just stopped trying?
They stopped trying, and then by the time they had to turn the gas back on, it was too late.
Like, my thing
Looking
is...
at you, Atlanta versus the Patriots in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Or in the Super Bowl, I mean.
But, like, what I'm saying is they don't put too much stock in 2 games in the playoffs where they were never going to beat Golden State anyway. Had it gone 7 and it took a walk-off to win or something, sure.
Okay, yeah.
But...
it ended in 6.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was never really as close as the 6 games made it look, in my opinion.
The Clippers were a good defensive team. They're going to be a great defensive team.
They're going to be fantastically defensive,
but
no problem.
I wouldn't put them. There's nowhere near up top, right?
It literally hinges on if LeBron comes back the way we think he does. They're not touching him.
Plus, they keep talking smack about him. They give somebody that doesn't need ammunition.
And we gotta stop talking about Kawhi Leonard like he's an all-time great. He has had one good season.
There's a reason they didn't put him on the All-Decade team.
Yes, they did. He was number 5. He was on this decade's team, the 2010s.
Number 1 team?
Yeah.
Ew.
We talked about it last week. You just forgot. He was.
I do because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's dumb. So we'll stick with the NBA. I think it was Max Kellerman says this a lot. He's like, Kawhi Leonard's the best player in the NBA. He's the reigning Finals MVP.
Okay, but it's Max Kellerman.
Well, I know you just discredit everything he says because he shit on your boy. Just
no,
relax.
because he's speaking blasphemy and ludicrousness. Is that a word?
Stephen A. But what I'm saying is, so he says that a lot, right? My question is, so if the Finals MVP is the de facto best player in the NBA, was Iggy the best player in the NBA when he won this Finals MVP?
Obviously, if you're going by that.
That's dumb. That is the stupidest
Right.
argument. Kawhi Leonard could be the best player in the NBA right now because we don't know how LeBron's going to return. Kevin Durant.
Who, let's be honest, Kevin Durant holds the mantle.
Yeah.
It's his to lose, not Kawhi's to gain. It's his to lose. If he doesn't come back effective and efficiently,
but we can say
again,
for next season, the argument, I would say it's probably Kawhi, Giannis, LeBron, those guys are in the conversation.
I think it was you that sent me that. He tore that in his non-plant foot, right?
No, it was
non-dominant. No, it was his non-dominant leg, right?
No, it was his right. He was right Achilles. I don't know. Maybe he is left-footed. I don't know.
But
I'm not that nerdy.
The only other player to ever do that and come back full health was Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, in a different era.
Yeah, but saying,
I think it'll be easier for Kevin Durant because his offensive game is so versatile.
He can shoot. Let's be honest.
He can shoot.
He doesn't have to go to the rim every time.
He can shoot, and who can guard him? He's 7 foot tall.
When he fires up, he's at like 8.5 feet, right?
Maybe 9, bro.
Because he does kind of get up there on his jump shot.
His jumper's
and he's got long arms.
Yeah, bro.
He might be shooting at like 9 feet tall.
Which nobody in the NBA, you have to jump so high just to get up there. Anyway,
the only people that are getting up there are 7-footers.
I'm just saying, I think I get why you say that. Oh, the best player in the finals won the MVP. But not exactly, because it was Iggy won, and then who else was it? And Kawhi's first time. He wasn't the best player in the NBA his first time he won the finals MVP.
He wasn't even the best player on that team.
Right, so like...
he's just so defensively...
Right, gifted.
Yeah, that he locked down Miami LeBron in the finals.
Not the first finals they played, though.
No, but
the first finals,
time,
LeBron hit the game winner in his eyeballs.
In his retina.
Just bow. Anyway, so just let's not use the finals MVP as the best player in the league.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why there's also a league MVP. not just the Finals MVP.
So
you were the most valuable player in that series, sure. That doesn't make you the most valuable player in the league. Would you rather have Kawhi Leonard?
I would rather have
a healthy
this.
Kevin Durant.
A healthy Kevin Durant 8 times out of 10.
Exactly.
Listen, my thing is, I don't want a regular season and a Finals MVP. Can we just have a cumulative?
Well, what I want, yeah.
But that I don't know if that's too,
because
too
what if,
narrow, right?
Yeah, well, what if you're on a team that's trash? Like, remember when Kobe should have won the two? When he was clearly the most valuable player in the league.
Yeah,
for his team, but they gave it to Steve Nash because
stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure that's just obviously the first one that I think about. That
so maybe you have 3.
No, I think you have a regular season and a finals, but just stop putting so much stake in the finals MVP.
I agree.
Well, this is the first time that I can remember that they put so much stake into it. Like you said, Andre Iguodala. You're telling me Andre Iguodala was the best player on the team? No, it was a Golden State team effort when they beat them the first time, beat Cleveland the first time, and you didn't have a clear MVP because, from what I remember, Steph didn't play well.
No,
this was before Clay was like Clay now.
I don't know, man. It's just
Draymond doesn't.
We gotta dial it back a little bit on the Finals MVP stuff. That's just my opinion.
Don't put so much stake into it.
It's a great award, but that doesn't make you the best.
Kawhi was great in the playoffs last year. I'm not trying to take it away from him.
No,
he's really good.
He was.
But to say he's the best in the league because of one playoffs,
and he literally has only averaged 20 points per game for one season. This season, he's not
be the best in the league. You have to be up there in scoring. Up there defensively, just all around.
And he's still working on his passing game. His recognition's not as great.
For instance, what can't Kevin Durant do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't even really... Because you used to be able to hate on his defense.
Yeah, and you can't now.
You can't really do
crazy
that.
on defense.
So...
what can't LeBron do?
Yeah.
I mean, he's... The worst thing you can say about LeBron James...
Because he doesn't play as much defense?
No, his free throw from the free throw line.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
That's the only really...
And last year was especially bad.
And, looking at LeBron last year, people can say that he doesn't play defense. But by the time he came back, what was he playing for? Yeah. They weren't going to make the playoffs.
And he wasn't in shape when he came back.
Because he's never been hurt, yeah.
He didn't know how to train himself after he'd been hurt. Anyway, so I got a question. Do you want to talk about the All-NFL and the All-Decade teams? Because that's going to take a while. Or you want to
we could save that for the end.
All right.
Can we talk about something not basketball?
Yeah, go for it. I was going to talk about football.
I got some baseball stuff.
Oh, okay, good.
See, Chris Sale is the fastest player to ever reach 2,000 strikeouts.
Really?
By, a lot.
I feel like Chris Sale, Chris Sale sounds like he's been in the Major Leagues forever.
He's only played for 2 teams. He's only played for
White Sox
and Red Sox. He must really like Sox.
I mean, I don't blame him. Sox are pretty good. My Sox are terrible.
I think the guy that had the record before was Pedro Martinez. That's some pretty good company to be in.
Pedro Martinez, even I know he's a freaking monster.
So I just want to throw a little baseball in there. I know we got some baseball fans out there.
Chris Sale's good.
Also,
we'll talk about baseball when it matters, folks. I promise. But right now,
baseball is such a long season that if you talk about it all the time,
it's not good.
Can we also talk about how 3 people in the major leagues right now are jockeying for home run leaders?
Really?
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout's one of the home run leaders?
Yeah.
Wow.
When you first brought it up about the baseballs being juiced, I was like, that's bullshit. I don't know, man.
I didn't bring it up.
No, don't get me wrong. Trout's a good hitter, right? He's a really good hitter.
He's full 5-tool.
He's a 5-tool player. And for him going 40... But some of these other guys that just can't, like Christian Yelich, or I don't know how to say his name.
Plays the Dodgers.
He's good, and then there's another one that's got 40, and then there's another one that hit 40. So there's 4 people in the league right now that have 40 home runs, and it just seems like
they fly, man.
Yeah, they're deep, and it's not the normal guys. It's like you said, Yelich. Like, who are you?
Isn't he a rookie?
No, he's pretty young though, and I'm not saying he's not a home run hitter. It's just like 4 people.
Didn't he just win the home run derby?
No, that dude from the Mets, that rookie from Alonso from the Mets.
Okay.
But he's also hit 40.
Golly. I don't know, man. Like I said, I haven't watched enough baseball to really comment on the baseballs.
As long as my Yankees win every once in a while, I'm good.
I mean, we'll see.
They're playing pretty well.
Aren't they number 1 in the division?
They're playing pretty well. Although they got beasted the other day, 19-5.
God. Wow.
I was like, ew.
A baseball score.
Yeah, I was like, ew.
That's pretty gross. Anyway, so...
I just wanted to throw that in there for a little bit. I know we hardly ever talk about baseball.
I'm not going to lump this in with... I'm going to... Okay, so I made a little bit of an addition to... not an addition, a change up to Bullshit Skip Bayless as my personal favorite topic we ever talk about, ever.
I was reminded of something about Skip Bayless that made me kind of sad.
What's that?
Did you know he predicted the 73-9?
He did.
He predicted the Warriors would go 73-9.
Like, before the season started, he tweeted, if everybody stays healthy, they're going to go 7-3-9. It's on his Twitter page. It's gross.
That's
so he was
impressive.
right one time.
Yeah, one time.
I'm not giving it to him, though.
I'll give it to him.
Nope.
But everyone gets a win once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw a bunch of shit at the wall, something's going to stick.
So we're going to have a more conventional, where I'm going to talk about a couple things stupid people said over the week. And I got a little change up, because Skip was on vacation this week, and honestly...
Wasn't he just on vacation not too long ago?
I don't know. Neither of them were on the show.
I know Stephen A. was gone.
So,
I love Stephen A.
So here, I'll start with only 2 people said some crazy stuff, which is surprising, because usually there's a lot of dumb shit out there.
Well, it's a dead part of the year.
Right, for sure.
Football hasn't started yet.
I mean, kind of. But, okay, so Rob Parker said, don't
go.
expect Patrick Mahomes to put up the same numbers as last year.
Yeah,
because look at okay, that's fine. But he said,
he's on tape now.
Look at Peyton Manning with the Broncos. His first year with the Broncos, he threw 50 touchdowns, and then the next year he only threw 39.
Only?
Peyton Manning was like a million years old and had 4 neck surgeries.
And only 39?
Well, but it's a huge...
Your quarterback... If Mitch Trubisky came out and threw 39 touchdowns, you'd be happy, right?
I would be... we win the Super Bowl.
Jimmy Garoppolo comes out and throws that, I'm happy.
If Mitch Trubisky throws 39 touchdowns, the Bears are winning the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me?
Don't dust off your shuffle yet.
With that defense, I will shuffle.
Don't dust off your shuffle.
I'll post a video of me shuffling just up and down the
side note,
sidewalks.
I know I texted you. Madden just came out not too long ago, and your boy Parkey is like 68 overall.
Listen.
And you said that... I looked. So his kicking power is like 92. His accuracy is like 71.
No. His accuracy should be 99 because he hit the uprights.
So he should have a X factor on there where
if you hit the uprights, he did it 4 times in one game last year. Ugh. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me sad. Anyway, what I'm saying is you can't compare Peyton Manning's drop off to Patrick Mahomes. We don't know if he does or not.
The careers are different. The only reason that I say Mahomes is going to drop off is there's just more tape of him now.
Yeah, but his offense is designed for him to throw touchdowns.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, remember, towards the end of the year, defense, he wasn't ripping it up as bad. Because
you didn't see the Monday night game?
No, I'm saying there's more tape of him now. It's going to be that rookie drop-off where there's more tape of him now. I'm not taking anything away from the kid. I'm just saying.
There's more tape. That's fine. But you know who else has tape? Andy Reid.
Yeah, right.
You act like he's not a great play caller.
Yeah, except when it comes to the playoffs.
He won the game.
But
your new defensive lineman was offsides. Hope he does that for you, too.
Oh, my gosh. So aggressive.
The next...
we don't have to worry about it. We'll take another one next year.
It's true. Jason Whitlock. He literally... So the question was, who has more potential? Will it be Kyler Murray or Daniel Jones? Who has more potential?
Kyler Murray.
Right, Kyler Murray, right? That's a no-brainer.
Why was that even a question? You know what it is? It's because Daniel Jones is looking well. Or not looking well. He looks good in preseason.
Sure, he looks
But
okay.
again, you're supposed to.
Right, but listen, his reasoning for the reason Daniel Jones has more potential than Kyler Murray is just because he's bigger.
That's it?
That's not potential.
That's stupid.
Potential is Kyler Murray can throw the ball almost as well accurately as anybody in the NFL. He's got a big arm. He's unbelievably fast. He reads defenses. Like, if he lives up to what he is supposed to be, he will literally be a one of one. There will never be another quarterback like him, well, at least for a while. Daniel Jones is your stereotypical quarterback. No. Potential is room for the highest heights. Daniel Jones' highest heights is not as high as Kyler Murray's.
I'll be honest. If I have to pick between any of these young quarterbacks, I'm not taking Kyler Murray.
I'm not either.
I want Lamar Jackson.
To
me, Kyler Murray is a shorter Lamar Jackson.
Bro, did you see his run against the Packers?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So here's the thing. I really like that they kind of just handed him the reins.
Yeah, let him do it.
Last year, I feel like last year they were kind of he had training wheels on.
Yes.
Like he was like, hey, we're going to, this year I have a feeling they're going to open up the playbook a little more, especially since they got that receiver for him in the draft.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown.
Ooh.
And Miles Boykin, he's been making
essentially what you're looking at right now is you might have another Mahomes Hill situation where Lamar Jackson's just going to uncork it and he's like, hey, go catch that for me.
Like, there's Hollywood Brown, so he was talking, I saw an interview with him. since he's been with the Ravens, I mean, obviously it's only been a couple months, but I mean since they've been reported to camp and stuff, he literally goes everywhere with Lamar. He's Lamar's personal chauffeur. Like he's like, I have to spend all my time with him because that's my rookie punishment, I guess. And
that's a hell of a punishment to get rapport with your quarterback. So he's my best friend now. It's crazy.
So that could be really. If they let him throw the ball a little more, it could be really scary. So let's just talk about preseason because we're there.
Last thing about Baltimore, I really hope that they kind of get away from all those runs.
Quarterback runs.
The last thing that I want to happen is Lamar to get hurt, and then now
because then the train's gonna come out. Oh, we knew he shouldn't play like this, and
we knew Lamar wasn't gonna be anything in the NFL.
So preseason, we'll come back to the bullshit Skip Bayless segment in a minute. So Kyler Murray. We can make a whole podcast about it.
Oh,
my God. He went 3 of 8.
Kyler Murray did?
Yeah. For like 13 yards. His offensive line is terrible. He was running for his life. He was sacked 2 times. One for a safety.
So it's kind of like a Deshaun Kaiser type thing last the
Deshaun Watson's first year, running for his life.
I saw something, somebody was arguing about, speaking of Deshaun Watson, somebody was arguing that he's got disrespected this year. It was Colin Cowherd.
Yeah, I heard.
He's talking about how because they put Baker Mayfield in front of him.
Yeah,
I agree. You can't put Baker in front of Deshaun Watson.
No, and but see, we also haven't seen Deshaun Watson with a capable team.
I mean, the most he's got arguably Hopkins. One of the best wide receivers in the league. But then you got Will Fuller who can't stay healthy. You got a gross offensive line, and then
not the good kind.
Yeah, like
they couldn't stop a wet paper bag.
He's got a disgusting.
Yeah, they're not good.
And then, I mean, you haven't had a running back since Arian Foster retired.
And
I mean, don't get me wrong, Lamar Miller is
okay. He's never rushed for over 1,000 yards.
He fills your need, but not really. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's not. That's why they got Duke Johnson. He might be able to help, but he's more of a receiver.
Yeah, he's above average running back. Lamar Miller.
So
and their defense never plays as well as they should.
But
not to me.
I mean, last year he won 9 straight games with that terrible offensive. Deshaun Watson. Dabo Sweeney said he's the Michael Jordan of football. Again, everybody throws.
That was his quarterback too, though.
Right,
so.
and that's not. What he's saying is in the leadership and the intangibles and stuff. He's not calling him that kind of player. Don't get angry.
But I will say I'm a fan of his because he beat Alabama. So
anyway,
anytime you beat somebody that keeps trying to repeat,
you're for that. But here's another interesting statistic for you about Kyler Murray's preseason. He has had 13 plays for a total of minus 15 yards.
So he's not looking good.
No, they've had some struggles. And there also was this stupid thing where they do the college thing where he claps his hands.
I hate that.
And that's how he gets
That's
the
not
snap.
an NFL thing.
But that's what he's doing.
I know. Shouldn't.
Why?
Because NFL players, they're going to be able to time that out.
Okay, but...
And you can't afford your defensive line to time out your snaps.
I agree. That's a problem. But the thing is that it cuts through noise. It should cut back on false starts. But he got 2 false start penalties when he did that. And the rest were saying it was too demonstrative or something. But have you ever seen a quarterback when there's like 1 second left on the play clock and he's clapping his hands and calling for the ball? And Peyton Manning would always like jerk his head and shit. How is that stuff allowed?
Peyton Manning jerked his head every time he called hike.
Well, right.
Because he's an animated dude.
And when you're at the line of scrimmage, you can get loud and like really try to get him to jump. He can't clap? And it wasn't like he was fake clapping or anything. It was literally every time he clapped, they snapped the ball.
What about the 18 times Peyton Manning would yell Omaha?
Right, like...
That's not demonstrative?
I don't know. I think they'll get it taken care of for the regular season, but...
Again, it's one of those things where... People just being
to
overly dramatic about nothing because there's nothing else in their lives to talk about, so they want to overblow shit.
But the refs were calling it, so it's like, why are they calling it?
It's also, refs also have to, brush off the rust. Yeah. It's also been a while since they've called a game.
So Dwayne Haskins looked pretty good. He didn't throw any interceptions this week. He only was like 7 of a...
He threw a pretty 15. Good touchdown strike, right?
Yeah, he threw... But what I'm saying, he threw a 55-yard touchdown and it was a strike, man. It was a good throw. But it's weird because his number, he threw like 117 yards, and then like 55 came in that one chunk, and then all of his rest of his passes weren't very like long.
No,
it was dink and dunk. So,
but he looked
better.
Redskins wide receivers? Do they have any good wide receivers?
Josh Doxson, they drafted a couple years ago.
He's all right, but I'm saying like they don't have like Deshaun Jackson's not there anymore. They don't have a guy that can rip open or take off the top
Jameson
of the
Crowder's not there anymore either, or Jamie Crowder, whatever his name is. So, I mean, it's not like he has a lot to work at, the Jets.
I'm kind of angry that it took you like nanoseconds.
I only know because Sam Darnold threw him a touchdown pass this week, and I saw it. So, Sam Darnold looks pretty good, by the way. Let's see,
I'm always sketchy on USC quarterbacks, man.
Who was the last good one?
Exactly.
Dude, they had a quarterback named John David Booty. And that wasn't a joke.
It's not that was he literally walked out there with that name. He was like,
that dog, I would have.
I'm not playing NFL if my last name is Booty.
Nah, not a chance. Matt Leinart was so, but a disappointment for what he looked like he was going to be.
So you played football.
Yeah.
How many times did you get your last name yelled at you?
Forever.
Could you imagine?
Bro, like,
Booty, I need you to get your head in the game. You're like, oh, wait, what?
I would bet, Coach, can you please call me David?
Can you call me David? Please? John David?
Like, literally, so it got to the point where my mom came to pick me up from school, and I was walking away from the car like I had to go back and get something, and she was saying my name, and I didn't answer. And then she goes, Renner, and I was like, yeah.
What's up?
She's like, I said your name like 8 times. I was like,
yeah, but
I didn't hear it. Anyway,
that's not my name.
So Daniel Haskins, hello. Dwayne Haskins looked a little better.
This isn't Dragon Ball Z. They didn't fuse together.
The Jets' defense looks disgusting. They've
had pieces in place for a long time.
Quinnen Williams was eating it up. They got C.J. Mosley now. Jamal Adams in the secondary. Bro, the only thing they don't have is corners, and that's because they've all been injured. But the defense, so they were going up against the Falcons, and Matt Leinart was he got sacked 6. Oh, wow, Matt Ryan, good lord.
To be fair, we were just talking about USC quarterbacks. Yeah. It was lingering there.
Matt Ryan got sacked. I think he got sacked 5 times in the highlight package I watched. Ugh. The Jets' defense is going to be a problem.
Well, we'll see. They are playing in that division where Brady is king, so we'll see.
Tom Brady's going to have to run from them.
No, he's just going to check down all game.
The last one, so this week in preseason, there were 3 games this week or tonight, but they weren't anything to see except Kansas City and the Pittsburgh, but they got postponed to weather, so anyway.
Week 2 or week 3?
Week 2.
Yeah, so, I mean,
next week will be a good one to watch.
Week 3 and week 4 are really where you want to tune in.
Week 4 is none of the starters play. Week 4
week 3 is where you want to
tune in. Week 3 is the one they'll play like 3 quarters or a full half. Anyway, the last one was Daniel Jones actually looked really good.
Yeah. He had like 11 for 17 or something like that.
Yeah, he had he threw a dart down the sideline, far sideline. His receiver. Now it was a good throw, great catch by the receiver, but it was still completion. It looked really good. He had a really good touchdown pass again this week. He had a couple fumbles under center, like he couldn't handle the snap. So it was up and down, but shows a lot of promise. So I hope he does well. No, you don't ever want anybody to do terrible.
Yeah, and especially like I want people to. I don't know. I want somebody to come out and say that they always knew he was going to be good, just so we know who the most
liars.
Yeah, who the most full of shit
lying
is. Like it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to be like, I knew the Giants made a great pick. Like,
yeah.
No, you didn't.
What I want to see is a highlight package when someday he's doing well and he's won a lot of games and they show the package of his draft and they're booing him and stuff and then it shows the cheers and maybe he wins a title or something.
There's something impressive about that.
The story.
About how you can turn the perspective around.
What's also interesting about being a pick, right? So he was a number 6 overall pick. 10 times out of 10, that pick is an important player who's going to play.
He might not even see the field this year.
But what I'm saying is they hate him so much, and people say it was such a terrible pick, he has no pressure on him. All he has to do is come out and be better than average, and he's a win.
Better than Eli.
That doesn't take much, because Eli is terrible.
I mean, I could come out there and be better than Eli right now.
Weak-ass noodle arm. Okay, so let's go back to a modified version of Bullshit Skip Bayless says, right? So he wasn't on the air this week, and I got bored trying to find stuff.
Were you scrolling?
So what I did was I went back and found Bullshit Skip Bayless said.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is we could do this all day.
They have huge compilations, right? On
yeah, I spent an embarrassing amount of time looking this shit up. Okay, so here's.
Did you flip your table?
A couple
table, huh?
Mostly, I just laughed out loud.
You're like, well, this guy's fucking retarded.
This stuff he says is unbelievable. So we're gonna try not to spend too much time on all this because we will literally talk about this for hours. But we'll go through a few bullet points and we'll go over some stuff. So he said, do you remember last year when 2 years ago in the playoffs, LeBron had the game winner against Toronto, the runner?
Yeah.
He said he was hating on LeBron for the game winner against Toronto. He said that he had an open lane, but he took a jumper so he didn't have to get fouled. And he said Jordan's free throw line jumper against the Jazz was more difficult.
You mean when he
pushed off and had a wide open free throw line jumper? Yeah. Was harder than LeBron running to the baseline, one hand off the glass.
So
there's a lot to unpack.
The only difference is one of them was in the finals. That's literally it.
Yes.
But, like, no. Because name another player that you're like, oh, that's going in. When you see Jordan shoot that, you're like, oh, that's in. That's like Steph shooting a three.
In Skip's breakdown, he said Michael Jordan created a free throw. That's automatically the easiest shot you can do. Like,
right.
you can't say that's more difficult. And, okay, LeBron didn't go to the paint because he had a shorter guy already guarding him. Why would he go where there could be some more defenders? Right. He just pulled up over the short guy.
Or what could happen is he goes in the lane, gets a no call, and then he misses, and then we're at a whole different, you know what I mean?
Right. Anyway, so next thing. So you remember when he baptized Nurkic last year? He flew down the lane, or 2 years ago, when he was in Cleveland and just yammed it on him, right? It was amazing. Year 15, he dunked on him.
Never heard from him since.
Skip said it was a 2 out of 10 and would have been more impressive if LeBron had gone up for a rebound and then just went up and dunked it.
So, like, why doesn't Skip just come out and say he doesn't like LeBron?
Oh, he has. But what I'm saying is, like
when they ask him when the topic comes up, just don't answer.
I will preface this by saying most of the stuff he has said involves like 3 or 4 players.
Yeah.
LeBron, Tim Tebow, these guys. So you're going to find a lot of LeBron quotes in here.
Was Skip not like Tim Tebow?
No, he loved Tim Tebow. Like has a Tim Tebow body pillow. Okay?
I do too. Well, no,
and this podcast is over.
Did you hear? He only turned 32 just a couple days ago.
He could still be playing.
That makes me so sad.
Anyway,
I'll
what
admit,
I'm saying is,
I bit hard into Tebow mania.
Not as hard as Skip Bayless.
No, nobody. Apparently not. But.
Some of the things he said about Tim Tebow are going to make you blow your mind. Listen, Skip said, go look at the highlight of LeBron. Actually, I just figured something out. I can put it in the description down below. Okay? So if I mention a video, I'll try to remember, but I can link the video in the description and you can go and watch what I'm talking about. I'm going to put that in there. He full on almost threw it in like Blake Griffin on top of this dude's head, full knee in the chest. And you're going to say it was a 2 out of 10 Skip?
I threw up in my mouth.
It was amazing. Okay, so the next thing. He said Kyrie should have been the finals MVP, not LeBron, because Kyrie was the closer and he...
I will say both of them, that you could have got away with probably co-MVP that time.
LeBron led every team in every statistical category.
But that wasn't, I mean...
No.
It's not like
every
Kyrie...
team.
I know, it's not like Kyrie just sat back and didn't do anything.
You are right.
Remember when they came back from 3-1? It wasn't just LeBron.
That's the series we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I 100% know it wasn't just LeBron. But what I'm saying
it was LeBron and Kyrie, because where the fuck was Kevin Love?
He
had one good play, right? When he switched good on a pick and roll.
Also, if you go back and watch the highlights, Steph could have got by him.
For sure, but he didn't want to.
Anyway.
Oh, so you could get blocked by LeBron?
Next
you know what it was he kept having flashbacks of Iggy getting blocked. He's like, I don't want.
Speaking of the Iggy block, he said that wasn't even an impressive block.
Oh, whatever.
Come on, he made it from the other end. He made it from half court to the backboard before Iguodala went from the free throw line.
All you have to watch to know how much of an incredible play it was after they called timeout. Watch LeBron. He's exhausted.
He goes and sits on the bench. He's like, his mouthpiece is hanging out. Why do you think Kyrie took the shot?
Probably because LeBron couldn't breathe.
LeBron was literally standing.
LeBron was like looking around.
He was standing on the block like, listen, Kyrie, I don't even want to get the rebound, dog.
Hey, can
give me the oxygen.
Give me the oxygen. Can't breathe in here.
The next thing was, he said Tim Tebow was a bigger draw than Kobe Bryant.
When
he was playing.
When? For a year?
No, he was saying Tim Tebow brings in more money than Kobe.
When?
I don't know, dog. That's just what he said.
Those years that Kobe played with literally 4 trash cans and the Staples Center was still sold out.
Yeah. I don't know, dog. I don't know.
I will say...
That's not even his most blasphemous Tim Tebow
There
quote.
are some areas that I let my bias come out. I will admit that. But
I appreciate you admitting it.
I do say I'll never be like Skip Bayless. Like, if I was like Skip Bayless, I would say Kobe's the greatest of all time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not, because I know he's not. Top 10.
I appreciate that. So, we've discussed this before, but he said Johnny Manziel was going to be a bigger draw in Cleveland, a bigger star in Cleveland than LeBron James ever was.
Do you remember what happened when LeBron left Cleveland?
Yeah, it crashed.
No. Say not the team. The whole goddamn city crashed when LeBron James left.
So when he came back, there was a report that you don't understand. When LeBron James signed and said he was coming back to Cleveland, overnight, he generated $450 million of revenue.
To a city. One guy.
What?
Tell me more about Johnny Manziel. Where's he at right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was he playing for the Lingerie Football League now?
No comment.
I don't know what that is.
So
if my wife ever hears this, I have no idea what the Lingerie Football
I've never
League
even
is.
seen that.
What is that? I don't even know where that came from. That's
Weekly
weird.
highlights. It's also called the Legends Football League now. Not that I know what that is.
Oh, what are you talking about?
So then,
I'm
do
not
you
a
remember when
sleazeball.
Cam Newton got drafted?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, number 1 overall pick,
Yeah.
Heisman winner,
Yeah.
national champion.
Led Auburn to a national championship.
He said he would take Josh Freeman over Cam Newton. Look, I even put a laughing emoji in my notes.
Well, just a reminder. Where's Josh Freeman at now?
Not in the NFL.
I think he's like picking up garbage somewhere in Tampa
Cam Newton
Bay.
won an MVP.
Cam Newton went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Josh
Freeman played in the NFL. He started for 3 years and then disappeared.
No, it wasn't even overnight. It was just like in a blink of an eye, he was gone.
Where did he go? Like,
Wasn't there a guy on this team named
Skip has to
Freeman?
go back and look at his stuff and go, damn.
Especially when he comes out and says he's never wrong, or he's
Right.
What does he say?
He said, I'm right more often than I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, no, you're not.
Next up, he said
Here we go.
RG3 was going to be better than Aaron Rodgers.
Ew.
In time.
Well,
he kept saying, give me time, but RG3 is going to be the best.
Didn't you tell me he still thinks to this day that RG3 is the best quarterback in his draft class?
He made it seem that way.
At one point, RG3 was the third quarterback on the Ravens.
Yeah.
And what was Andrew Luck doing? I'm pretty sure he was starting and
Well,
winning
he
games.
lacerated his kidney, and his spleen too, probably. He then said, okay, so
That's why they went out and got Quentin Nelson, though.
there's a lot of contradiction. You're not lying. There's a lot of contradiction.
He's gross.
Yeah, I can't wait, dog. Quentin Nelson is a freak. It
Remember
makes
when
me
he
just dream when he played for Notre Dame.
him and McClinchy.
Yeah.
Thank you for McClinchy, by the way.
You're welcome, dog.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we got you. Anyway, he said so. It was a video compilation, so obviously it wasn't the same show or anything, and years apart. He said Johnny Manziel was the most athletic QB coming into the NFL since Michael Vick. Johnny Manziel came into the NFL after RG3, just to clarify.
See what I'm saying? Like, he has like
That
selective
doesn't even
amnesia.
that doesn't make sense.
You remember what RG3 looked like his rookie year?
Yes.
It was gross.
But he said Johnny.
I'm so sad that he didn't pan out, man.
He then followed it up. Me too. He then followed up his Johnny Manziel comment being the most athletic quarterback to ever enter the NFL after Michael Vick. Just so we're clear, RG3 ran a 4.3, like a 4.37 or something.
That's gross.
So he then said Johnny Manziel has the potential to take it 80 yards at any point on the ground. He said he's got some Tavon Austin in him.
Oh my gosh.
Here, listen. Tavon Austin's combine 40 was 4.34. Johnny Manziel's was 4.56.
Thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong. For a quarterback, that's pretty decent, right?
Oh, it's pretty decent.
But decent. It's not Tavon Austin fast.
A full 2/10.
So I would say
2/10 of a second in a 40.
He said 4.56.
Yeah,
So I would say game speed. He's probably like 4.5, right?
probably about 4.5 flat. So
Okay,
game speed. Tavon Austin's 4.3.
Yeah, it's like probably like 4.25 or some shit. Get out of here,
Bro, that's
Idiot.
so terrible. I literally laughed
like
out
if you're
loud.
gonna make a comparison, make it in a ballpark, right?
Something.
Like a linebacker shouldn't be able to catch you if you're Tavon Austin fast.
Right, but Johnny, Skip is fucking ridiculous. Then he said for one game to save his life, he was gonna have Tim Tebow over Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. So
Like
he's dead.
what Tim?
Tim is dead.
When did he say that though?
Was Tim Tebow when he was winning those games his rookie year. I think it was after the playoff win.
That was before Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers, though, right? No, Aaron Rodgers had a Super Bowl ring at that point, right? Yeah, I'll take Aaron Rodgers.
Bro, come on, Skip.
I mean, but if they had to pick a quarterback to win a game, though, and it couldn't be top flight, if you're sitting in like
No, I'm not disagreeing.
like, so like at
but
the height of
to win for your life.
at the height of Tim Tebow, he was probably what, tier 3 quarterback, maybe
Tier
tickle
three.
tier 2.
He might.
The only problem with him was his throwing motion. But like literally, that's it.
But it's
and he
kind
couldn't
of
really
important.
He couldn't really throw it deep either, could he?
No,
He didn't really have a lot of
accurately,
ham strength.
no.
But
Did
still,
you
like,
say am strength?
Yeah, I did say am strength. It's strength in the am.
That's strength in the morning for you laymen's.
That's how I say it for where I'm from apparently. No, so tier 3 quarterback. So like in the tier 3, I'd probably take Tim Tebow. But if you're talking all the quarterbacks in the league, I'm not taking Tim Tebow over Aaron Rodgers.
2 more points. He said in 2016, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
LeBron James wasn't a top 10 player. Like, come
Isn't
on.
that the year that he won the champion? No, what year did they win the championship?
15, 16. So it was the next year.
You're right. He just came back and literally won the team's first ring, and he was a divisive cog in that. But he ain't shit.
Yeah, he wasn't a top 10 player. So
at that time, you could argue that he was
the best.
Still the best.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant didn't really become the best until he went to Golden State. Can we be honest? He became a different he upped his game by playing on Golden State.
No, Golden State upped his game.
You know what I mean? Like playing with them, it elevated him to a.
So
he was already like arguably top. He would not arguably. I think he literally went 1 LeBron, 2 Kevin Durant, and then they just switched.
So do you remember
Probably
when we
not.
talked about Skip was talking about there was a question. Could 52-year-old Michael Jordan beat 30-year-old LeBron James in a one-on-one contest?
Yeah, no.
Skip Bayless not only said he could, he said he would train Jordan and he would only need about 2 months to get ready at 52.
52.
To beat prime LeBron James.
He only needs a couple months. What a fucking idiot.
Dog. He then...
Don't get me wrong. Look, there is no argument. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time.
Not at 52.
But at 52 years old, I mean, this isn't a video game.
He then said there was another part where him and Stephen A. were making all-time starting 5 or something.
Basketball?
Yeah, to win a game. Skip
did put LeBron on his.
No. He picked Michael Jordan.
Excuse me.
He picked Brian Scalabrine, Darko Milicic.
Oh, hold on. Were there stipulations to this?
No, he said, I only need Michael Jordan.
So he was literally just pulling names out of his ass. All right.
He's like, I have Michael Jordan, I automatically win. Because he's the greatest of all time.
Did Stephen A. not put Michael Jordan on his?
They didn't even show Stephen A.'s.
Of course they didn't, because Stephen A. was just sitting there like...
So speaking of making teams, Skip and Shannon did a starting 5 to win one game. Shannon had Magic, MJ, Bron, Duncan, and Kareem.
That's a gross team.
Standard. Skip had Magic, Jordan, Kobe, Duncan, and Shaq.
You wouldn't put LeBron at the 4?
No.
I don't know how well LeBron would deal with Tim
I don't know
Duncan.
how Kobe would play at small forward. Kobe's only 6'6", man.
Yeah, but at his peak defensively?
Nah, yeah.
Who guarded LeBron? It wasn't Lamar Odom.
Have you seen the stats in those
Shit.
games?
But Kobe went right back at him and then
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, let's not act like he locked
you
it
had
down.
the 2. No, I'm not saying he would, but I'm saying he could.
I just thought that was interesting. Like
He at least made it difficult on LeBron, or difficulter.
yeah, absolutely. It's not ever easy to go against Kobe, but we can agree that
at the end,
everybody put Tim Duncan in there, man. I don't know, man.
Tim Duncan's the best power forward ever.
Tim Duncan is.
Here's the thing. Here's what people don't realize, and I'm not saying you don't know basketball, but I guarantee you didn't pay attention to Spurs basketball. That dude could do everything. What couldn't he do?
Shoot threes.
He hit one of the most clutch threes in playoff history.
On accident.
No, it wasn't.
It
wasn't.
He didn't. No.
Hey, he was.
He double clutched, was between 3 defenders, and
went-
hoped. He
No,
closed
he
his
was
eyes.
wide open.
He closed his eyes and said, "Skip
You're
Bayless,
talking about a different
please
one.
get this ball going to hoop."
I'm saying, name another power forward that's better than him. I wouldn't take. The only one that comes to my mind is Barkley, but I mean, I think Barkley. If you put Barkley in today's game, it's a fucking wrap.
Oh,
Barkley drops 35 a game.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not arguing that.
And 35 a game, 15 boards, is a wrap.
We're really doing a lot.
Because he literally fits this play style. I will say, I've noticed, I think basketball is becoming more of this positionless player. Positionless
that's
game.
why Zion could be something.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in Zion because Skip Bayless says he's going to be great. That's why, you know what? Kyler Murray's not going to be shit because Skip Bayless says he's going to be great.
Zion ain't going to be shit. I am going to giggle to myself a little bit if Zion is a bust. Just because he's got so much hype around him. Like
not even the hype. I honestly, anything despite Skip Bayless. Anything.
That too, but it's like, it just feels like at this point, this kid's like God reincarnated how they feel about him.
They do hype him up a little much.
Yeah, like too much.
Oh, I agree.
But remember, Lonzo's got the most pressure of anybody ever.
Another good classic Skip Bayless quote. Okay, so we're doing a lot of basketball here. So I got.
Hey, can you want to switch it up real quick?
No. I can, but we might as well just get the basketball out of the way and we'll talk football.
Good, because no, it's not football I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
UFC. Go ahead.
What about the UFC, dog? I like UFC. The fight tonight?
No. Did you see Nate Diaz in this practice?
Smoking?
Just lit up.
It wasn't weed.
But still, though.
I know.
What are you doing?
I'm like, aren't they gonna like question you, dog?
Yeah.
Because you've been in trouble for weed.
What was he smoking? Just a cigarette?
CBD.
Okay.
No, it was not. It was no cigarette, dog. It was like this big around.
Yeah, but he lit it up, passed it to his videographer, and then began to pass it around to fans. Which I was like, all right, time out. What are you doing?
That's gross.
That way,
Nate
imagine
Diaz,
being the third guy.
He don't get.
So Nate Diaz hit it.
But why?
Gave it to his videographer, he hit it, and then he passed it to you, and you're like, I saw you both lip the shit out of that.
I don't think I want to be the second guy.
Yeah, true.
I don't smoke. But anyway.
I don't either, but I'm saying, like, could you imagine being the third or fourth guy? You're like...
So I was watching Chael Sonnen, speaking of UFC fighters, segue. He was talking about why the title of the video is, should LeBron James be considered the greatest athlete in the world? Or of all time or something.
All time?
Currently is questionable, but let's say, like, 10 years ago or something, you know what I mean? Like Miami Heat LeBron.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, no, less. That's too far back. That's Cleveland. But anyway.
7 years though, right?
So, yeah, 2010-11 was his first year.
He's gone in 13-14. The last year was 13-14.
That was his first year back in Cleveland. Anyway, sorry, tangent. But he said he was watching a show where is it? I lost. Okay. He's watching a show where somebody, it was like a roundtable discussion, standard run-of-the-mill talk, and somebody said Simone Biles. There was a gymnastics competition this weekend.
Did you see that she landed that first ever, was it triple-double?
She ran a triple-double, which is 3 spins and 2 flips.
Gross.
And then on the balance beam, she dismounted and did 2 flips and 2 spins. The first double-double and the first triple-double.
She is amazing.
In the floor routine and the balance beam. She is incredible.
I will say I know nothing about gymnastics.
I know nothing.
But I know when I saw her flipping around, I was like, oh!
When you hear the first ever, you're like, wow, that's cool, right? So, there was a discussion of, is Simone Biles the greatest athlete in the world?
Ever or just right now?
I don't know the whole context. I just know that was the statement. The other guy said, no, it's LeBron James. And everybody else on the set lost their mind. I have a question. When you think athlete, what do you think?
If you're going to say greatest athlete, like the best athlete, I think they have to be able to transcend just the sport they play.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like LeBron could arguably play football.
Not arguably. He caught like 22 touchdowns for over 3,000 yards in the 2 seasons he played high school football. He was the number 2 wide receiver going into his senior year.
That, I guarantee he could probably do track too.
He could do a couple events in track.
But I'm saying, like, if you're talking
that's
athlete,
what I agree. Athlete is an all-encompassing thing.
And who knows, maybe Simone Biles can play other sports. I don't know anything about her besides that she's just racking up the gold medals.
And Chael's argument was, I don't think a basketball player can be the best athlete in the world because literally everybody plays basketball. In my opinion, that argument is used against you. Literally, every person in the world can do it and sometimes does it. He is literally so much better than anybody else to ever do it. And everybody plays it.
Right.
So, I think if you're better at something everybody does.
When you think of basketball, the pinnacle of basketball is the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't care where you play in the world.
It doesn't get better in the NBA.
You want to play in the NBA.
Right. And he's the best in the NBA.
For arguably a decade. Maybe more. I don't really know.
We'll say at least a decade.
So essentially it went from Jordan to Shaq to Kobe, and then whenever Kobe passed the torch to LeBron carried it
forever
until Durant took it away a couple years ago.
The best in the world played in the NBA, and he was the best of them.
So you're saying, your argument, you literally argued against yourself.
That's what I think. And he was like, "Well, she's so specified in her skill." I'm not saying Simone Biles is not an amazing athlete.
No, I'm not taking anything away, but I wouldn't put her above LeBron James
best
as far as
athlete in the world.
Right?
No. Like, I'm not. Again, what she does is amazing. No credit taken from her. I couldn't do it. I'd break myself in half.
Of all time, right? Let's go all time. Greatest athletes ever. Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson's up there.
Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders.
Up there.
He played 2 sports at the same time.
At the same time. 2 professional sports.
Let's throw it way back. Let's go Jim Thorpe, who played football, baseball, basketball. He won gold medals. That, to me, is an athlete. That is the greatest athlete of all time.
The other argument, but I can't even name it, which is sad. Carl Lewis? Was he the one who won the decathlon, or is he just the 200-meter guy? I can't remember. But, I think that if you win the Olympic decathlon, you can be up there for greatest athlete.
Of
because
all time.
you do all of them. And now, granted, that's just track and field sports. Maybe that guy can't play football. Maybe he can't play basketball. But when I'm the same...
That's like saying Usain Bolt is the greatest athlete of all time.
But he can play soccer.
Kinda.
He can.
Yeah, but
that's
kinda.
what he did.
But yeah, of course, when he's fast. What's he look like when people are around him?
Let him play football.
True. But,
hey,
I'm saying...
Usain Bolt run a go.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes throw it as far as you can.
Yeah, could you imagine? He couldn't throw it fast enough.
No.
You'd have to throw the ball.
Did you see the video of Usain Bolt tied the combine record in the 40-yard dash in long pants without a warm-up?
That's disgusting.
And street shoes.
It didn't even stretch. He was just like, hey,
there was some event. It was a Nike event. They had a 40-yard dash set up so you could run your 40. He stepped up, ran a 4.22. He didn't warm up. He wasn't in spandex.
I watched Colin Cowherd did the top 10 most intimidating athletes ever.
Okay.
Ever. Usain Bolt was on there. He said because he looks like an NFL player. He has a point because he has a point because the compare him to everyone else that he runs around.
Oh yeah,
he's
a foot taller than everybody.
Yeah, when you think of sprinters, you don't think of these big, tall guys.
No, intimidation is.
His number one was
Jordan.
No, I can't remember. Shaquille O'Neal was number 4, which I was like, no, I didn't really like that. He should have been higher than that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he definitely.
Andre the Giant was on there. Which I was
but
no,
wrestling.
No. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He literally there are clips of him early on before his back went out, before the Hulk Hogan thing, before him and Hulk Hogan went. Which, by the way, did you know that he pulled a back muscle in his back when he picked Andre the Giant up?
Of course he did.
Yeah, he did.
He said didn't our boy Goldberg pick up? No, that was Big Show.
Big Show, but still though. Anyway, he used to throw 280-pound guys around like rag dolls.
I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't.
No, I'm saying, but as far as intimidating, I think when he died, he was like 7'4".
Intimidating
and huge.
Intimidating is
he could palm your head.
Like intimidating how though? That's fine. Listen, intimidating how? Because if I'm getting ready to run against Usain Bolt, I'm excited. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose. But
I'll tell you this: I don't think LeBron was on there.
No, he wouldn't be.
So Babe Ruth was on there. At the time, he preferenced it by saying at the time.
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain was 10. But in his time frame, he used to go against 6'6" centers.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is why he's still on my most overrated player of all time. And Babe Ruth at the time was 6'2", 215, when the average male height in America was 5'7". So he was huge.
Dog, I'm 5'8", dog.
But I'm 5'3.5". What are you talking about? I wasn't even average height back then. Put me in the 1800s, I might be looking dudes in the eye. But yeah, so
all this about greatest athlete or greatest athlete.
Yeah, so
crazy.
To me, greatest athlete, you have to transcend your sport.
And that's the first thing I thought of was when you think athlete. Yeah, she did amazing things in her sport.
She's the greatest. Maybe she's the greatest gymnast of all time.
I can't even.
I don't even think it's an argument.
I can't name another gymnast. So
I can, but not for good reasons. I can name one, but not for good reasons.
I hope your wife doesn't listen to this.
She doesn't.
Listen, Dak Prescott wants $40 million.
And Des Bryant said, pay the man.
40? Listen, guys, do you understand?
Here's my thing about this whole situation.
He turned down their offer.
For $30 million. Name 15 quarterbacks better than him. Or that he's better than, I should say.
Yeah, we don't have that time, but
come on.
He's middle of the road.
Yeah.
My thing is
don't get me wrong. For what Dallas has right now, he's great. But you give him that much money, you know who you're not going to be able to pay?
The rest of them.
Yeah. You're going to throw to garbage cans?
In my opinion, Dak should know that.
Yeah.
Why is he doing this?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Dak Prescott turned down their offer.
I would have turned it down. See, when you told me he turned it down, I thought you meant because it was too much. I didn't know it was because in his eyes it's not enough.
So look, Dak turned it down. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm like, all right, you don't want this offer? You play this season and we'll talk at the end.
There you go.
And you've got everything around you. It's set up. You know what? The only thing you might not have is Zeke. You better fucking ball.
Well,
then.
look at his numbers though. Without Zeke, look at his numbers.
They're bad.
Exactly.
Oh, so but when you had Amari Cooper, Zeke was still on the field.
Okay, then, but literally when we were talking about the tiers, we literally had the same discussion.
Yeah.
I don't know. My biggest problem with this is you're not worth $40 million a year.
You're not.
You are creeping towards Chris Paul type, where you're not worth.
Yeah.
You're not worth the money they're going to pay you.
So if I'm Jerry Jones, I offered him 30, which is staggering in and of itself. That's a lot of money.
So there are a couple quarterbacks that are in that realm. Who's making that much money right now?
Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz, Russell Wilson.
It's Carson Wentz, right? He's making like 35 a year. Something like that. It was still close, though.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you think you're better than Carson Wentz?
The numbers.
Tell me more about your win percentage.
It's good.
Where are you every year in the playoffs?
He's played playoff games.
Let's be honest,
Carson Wentz hasn't.
Let's be honest, though.
Carson Wentz,
Carson
as Skip
Wentz
calls him,
would have been in the Super Bowl had he not gotten hurt.
I agree. But he was. And he has been.
You're right.
I see where Dak's coming from.
I would much rather have Carson Wentz than Dak Prescott.
Everybody would, except for Dak Prescott.
So I'm not paying you more than Carson Wentz.
I'm going to sit down with him. I'm like, listen, listen, Dak, I'm Jerry Jones right now. Dak, if I'm going to pay you $40 million...
look, if you're Jerry Jones, I can't take you seriously. Where's your accent?
All right, Dak. I can't do a southern accent.
All right, Dak. Listen here, boy.
Dak Prescott. No, he can't say that. That's racist.
Why is it every time I do a southern accent, I always call whoever I'm talking to boy?
Anyway.
I go super Alabamian. And
anyway,
is that how you...
Listen, I'm Jerry Jones right now.
Hey, if you know, what do they call people from Alabama? Is it Alabamians?
Alabonians.
That's what we're calling now. Listen here, you Alabonian.
Listen, I'm Jerry Jones. You gotta respect me. Dak, listen.
I don't, though.
But pretend.
All right.
Dak.
I respect you, but not Jerry Jones. Go ahead.
Fine. If I'm going to pay you $40 million, you got to go buy Dakota.
That's in the contract. That's the first line. Listen, Dak, I'll pay you $40 million a year, but I'm no longer calling you Dak.
You got to go buy Dakota.
You have to have a press release tomorrow saying, from now on, you're going by Dakota.
And on the back of your jersey, it says Dakota. It doesn't say Prescott.
And he just looks at you and goes... Can I take $30 million now?
You'll take 28 and like it. Yes, sir.
You're going to take 29.5 and you're going to be happy about it. You're going to keep going by. That's the Dak tax.
Anyway. Stupid. Anyway, let's get back to real topics.
Yeah, I can't believe that man wants $40 million.
So funny.
Pretty much what you're saying is Dak's not a team player.
That's what it sounds like.
Don't get me wrong. In a real world, if somebody offered you $40 million or $30 million, you're going to take it.
Yeah.
Even if you know it's not good for the team. You're going to take it.
See, and that was the counter argument was I don't fault anybody for getting their money. Because they only have, a 3 to 5 year
You don't know
window.
how much longer you're going to have, yeah.
Right, all that stuff. And I get that. And this guy was like, so would you rather... Because they were talking about DeMarcus Cousins chasing rings or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, so DeMarcus Cousins never gets hurt or whatever. He could be... potentially he lost $250 million in the last 2 years.
For sure.
And this guy was like, so if I told you could have a championship ring or $250 million, what'd you take?
$250 million.
Right. So you can't hate on these guys for getting their money.
Like Carmelo.
Carmelo's a perfect example.
Carmelo Anthony could have been a part of the Big Three instead of Chris Bosh. 100%.
He literally told Skip Stephen A. Because he came...
He didn't want to take the pay cut, right?
No. The D-Wade, Bosh, and LeBron years before met up and like, hey, we could play together one day. Why don't we all sign shorter deals?
Carmelo was one of them, right?
But Carmelo signed a longer extension with more money. That's why he came out in 2012, the year after, or 2 years after, was because their contracts didn't mesh. And so the rest of them did it with the intention of playing together, and Carmelo didn't want to take the less money on his deal with the Denver Nuggets.
He still could have came there, though, after, right?
Yeah, they would have had to...
But, yeah.
It wouldn't have worked after.
But, let's be honest. Carmelo, LeBron, and D-Wade never lose to the Mavericks.
Never.
Right?
No.
Because if LeBron comes out and just lays a goose egg like he did in that series,
Carmelo's going
to look him in the eye and be like, look at me. I'm the captain now. And Carmelo's going to go out and ball out of control. Because let's be honest, that Melo right there, that's that Melo.
That's a baller, man. But money is a big thing, and
But
if you can set up your families, your kids,
and like he said, if you knew where I came from, you'd understand why I took the money. And I'm not knocking him for it. However, you are fucking your team if you take $40 million a year. Because you got a bunch of pieces on that defense.
The defense is going to fall apart.
What's going to happen when Jalen Smith needs to be paid?
Next season.
What's going to happen when some other members of that team need to be paid?
Your corner's up next year.
Amari Cooper's up. Zeke's
Jalen
already
Smith,
not happy.
In Zeke's defense, he shouldn't be. I saw just a quick headline. The running backs could separate from the players' union and form their own union because the running backs get screwed.
And I get it. Because
100%.
But at the same time, I don't really blame teams because by the time your rookie deal is over, and if the team took that player option, what are you looking at? Like 27?
Yeah, you're done.
I'm not going to pay.
You got franchise tags like they did to Le'Veon. Anyway,
so literally, you could be at 29 years old and you're not getting paid. Yeah, or you're going to get paid whatever you got paid.
So we got a couple quick hitters, and then we'll go to the last two. The NFL, they did all-time NFL teams. And then we'll talk about the all-decade starting fives.
Before we do that.
Yeah.
Did you hear what the Rockets GM said about...
Oh, my God. All right. So listen, Ant, if you're listening, sit down.
Sit down. Don't have anything in your hands because you're going to throw it at somebody.
That means...
And so, in advance, whoever got a teacup thrown at their head...
Sorry.
I apologize.
Daryl Morey, the GM for the Rockets...
Said with a straight face.
Not only with a straight face, he had full clear eyes, full heart.
Cleared his throat before he said it.
And he said he wanted to make sure you heard. He said
he probably yelled it.
James Harden is a better scorer than Michael Jordan, and the numbers back it up. Nobody is a better scorer ever in NBA history than James Harden.
Ever.
We're talking about James Harden, who only does two things.
Shoots way too many threes.
All of the three. He step backs, shoots threes. I can't even...
Chokes in the playoffs.
He never shows up in the playoffs. His team always loses in the playoffs.
So...
Because James Harden.
So you're going to tell me that James Harden is a better scorer than Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
You're going to tell me that he's a better scorer...
Here's the thing.
Than
James
LeBron
Harden
James?
Isn't even versatile.
No, he's not. He literally does two things. He step back...
Hopefully gets a layup.
And...
He's good at that.
He's the greatest at getting fouls that shouldn't be called fouls.
Right. But Michael Jordan's game is so versatile. He could shoot a three at a 38% clip. His mid-range
which, by the way, for a non-3-point shooter is fucking phenomenal.
And he invented that halfway through his career.
And let's take this further. They made rules to stop Jordan.
Yeah, they're called the Jordan rules.
You couldn't do this anymore? Couldn't foul nobody just because?
Anyway.
Was that aggressive? I'm sorry.
Tell me a better in-game dunker. No, obviously Vince
but in-game though,
you got dunking ability, you got mid-range, you got 3-point, you got fadeaways, you got face up to the basket.
Do I have to say who I'm going to bring up? Honestly, is he a better scorer than Kobe Bryant?
James Harden? No.
The only thing Kobe couldn't really do was hit threes consistently.
And even then, when he got hot, he was hot.
He still had set the NBA record at one point in time with 12 threes in a game.
Right.
Not to mention he hit 81 points in the game. But listen, we could literally go on and on and on about how many scorers are better than James Harden.
Right.
Because James Harden. What was his worst game? Was he went like 7 for 24? Don't get me wrong. Kobe had terrible games.
Bro, I saw he went 7 from 24 from 3.
Exactly.
He shot 50 times.
You know what that is? That's Mike D'Antoni not having the balls to look James like stop shooting threes.
But stop. That's what they want. The analytics.
So at one point he had to have been like 3 for 15, right?
Was
and you're like, just keep firing him up.
He called the number. He was like his points per possession is so much higher than Jordan's. Yeah, in Jordan's era they didn't shoot threes like that.
And Jordan didn't have the ball all the time.
Right, because he let somebody be a point guard. He passed sometimes.
Back in the era, yeah.
Because James Harden, all he does is pass to assist. He doesn't pass to make
He's like Russell Westbrook, which is why Houston's not going to work.
Who is Russell? Anyway. So,
no,
that was dumb.
Were you going to say Russ overrated?
No, I was going to say Russ is a better scorer than James Harden, but that's a little bit. That's a
little I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, so two things.
Maybe at
the NCAA did reverse their...
Ron Paul rule? Not Ron Paul. Why do you keep calling that man Ron Paul?
His name's Rich, dog. You keep calling him Ron Paul. Rich Paul, they reversed it. They were like, yeah, we're not going to do that. Too much backlash.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they should. Because
you're literally, all you're saying is
basically,
one guy scares the shit out of us.
But what they're doing is, the way people phrase it was they're not stopping Rich Paul, because if a player wants to sign with Rich Paul, they're going to sign with Rich Paul. Anyway. They're stopping the next person from becoming Rich Paul. They wanted people to get their degree and stuff.
No. If you have a knack, if you're really good at negotiating, really good at haggling, really good at taking care of the people you're not in charge of, but representing. There you go.
Correct.
Who cares? I don't care if you dropped out in the 8th grade and. You know what I mean? That's what lawyers are for, to handle the legal jargon.
Right.
If you're there and you're sitting across the table and all you care about is getting me the best deal, and yourself, but getting me the best deal, that's all that matters.
Exactly. So what does it matter if he has a bachelor's degree?
Master's degree, associate's degree?
I don't have a bachelor's degree.
I have a high school diploma that's collecting dust in my closet.
I have a high school diploma in my wallet.
Why?
They gave us a wallet one, and for some reason I put it in there, and it's been there the whole time.
Yeah, because once something goes in your wallet, you never take it out.
That's a fact.
Except for money. That's always the sad part. It never stays in there very long.
Money and gift cards. I got 100 gift cards in there. The other thing I want to talk about real quick was Ty Lue is joining the Clippers staff.
You know why? Because he's a terrible coach.
Do you know? Look, here's the thing.
I just want Allen Iverson to come out and step over him again. Is that ridiculous?
The Clippers are just pissing off LeBron now.
Oh yeah,
that is just a loogie in their face.
For sure.
They're trying to be like, listen, Ty, fella, come here. So we gotta play LeBron like 4 times this year. Do you think you could tell us a little bit about him? Something. I'll pay you to sit on the bench.
You know how you suck at coaching? You want a job for free just to make one dude mad? It's like, yeah.
Hey, look. Kawhi's gonna be on game management. Paul George, his shoulders are falling off.
You got Doc Rivers. you already have somebody coaching for you. I know you're used to that. That guy did it in Cleveland.
Shut up. Hater. Anyway,
I'm not hating. I'm saying it's the truth.
Let's talk about...
Tyronn Lue was a terrible coach.
I just thought that was interesting. He's not a terrible coach.
No, he is terrible.
He's a better coach than Luke Walton. He's a better coach than
what's his name? David Blatt. What happened to him? Where's he at?
Dog, he got blackballed.
He ran back to Europe. It was like,
all right. So the USA Today put out the top 100 greatest NFL teams of all time. We are not going to go through all 100 because we don't have.
Please don't. Time. Jesus Christ.
I was going to do 10.
All right, I could do that.
So 10
best teams of all time.
10-1.
Okay.
96 Packers.
Brett Favre, Reggie White.
Brett Favre, Reggie White.
That was a good team.
Oh, that's a good team. It's a really good team. Fuck Brett Favre. No, I love Brett Favre.
I love Brett Favre. The only reason you don't like Brett Favre is because he played in your division.
Yeah, and then he came back and played in my division again.
If he would have signed with the Bears instead of the Vikings, you'd have been a Brett Favre fanboy for life.
You aren't lying. 1999 Rams. That's the greatest show on turf. Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. They went on and on.
That offense was gross.
That was just...
The defense wasn't bad either, but that offense was gross.
They won the Super Bowl. The 75 Steelers. That was the Steel Curtain. Yep. Good team.
Name a better defense.
Lynn Swann? Was he on that team?
Yeah. Lynn Swann.
Was that Terry Bradshaw too?
Terry Bradshaw.
Good team.
Who's that other wide receiver that he always had? So was it Stallworth?
Could be.
Stallworth? Lynn Swann was gross.
Yeah, he made the catch. In the Super... Wasn't that the Super Bowl? I don't remember his juggling catch. Was that Lynn Swann?
Yeah, but you might also be talking about Franco, too. That one where it bounced off and he caught it and ran for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, it might be Franco, too.
That was back... Fun fact for you. That was back when 2 offensive players on the same team weren't allowed to touch the ball in the same pass. Like, say somebody threw the ball to you.
Right.
And you dropped it, but I caught it. It wasn't allowed, which is the dumbest rule
weird.
I've ever heard.
That's so specific.
There was a controversy around that because they thought that the wide receiver had touched it before Franco caught it. Franco Harris, that's his name.
Franco Harris, yes. Number 7 was the 1994 49ers.
That was a gross team.
Yeah.
That was when the only year that Prime Time played, and we went into the Super Bowl and smacked some people around.
Yep, Jerry Rice.
I knew 49ers were going to be on there.
Of course, they had to be at least on one, right? The 1991 Redskins. Okay.
That Theismann was there?
They give you a couple of things about the team, but nah. They swept the playoffs with an average margin of victory of 20 points per game.
That was a gross... Who was that running back? It's a white guy. He was beast.
Yeah, that was the Hog Squad, right, or something?
Yeah, they were gross. That was a gross team.
Number 5, so we're in the top 5. 1972 Dolphins. Undefeated.
Obviously.
No need to even go over.
Okay, there's a couple teams that better be in the top 4.
Number 4, 1989 49ers.
We would crack the top 10 twice.
Yeah, that was Jerry Rice, top of his prime probably.
I think the last, that was
Joe
the end of Joe Montana, yeah.
Yep. Wow, that's a good team. The 1962 Packers, widely regarded as the premier team coached by the legendary Vince Lombardi.
Bart Starr.
Yep, 13-1.
That was when they did that
was the one. That was the one they did the wing tee, and it was also that was the Ice Bowl where they played in -8-degree weather, the frozen tundra.
So you can't call in sick, right? Like, hey, I like my skin where it is. I don't want to play today.
Number 2 for the third time is the 1984 49ers. 3 teams in the top 10 are Niners teams.
You wonder why I'm a fan?
You weren't alive.
But my dad was a fan. So.
The Bill Walsh, Joe Montana, average margin of victory was almost 17 points per game. So 94 next year, the 1995 Chicago Bears. 85.
Y'all won with Jim McMahon.
The Chicago Bears. Yeah. That defense, bro.
Walter Payton.
Yeah. The all-around team.
That is still to this
argue.
day one of the
complete team.
They literally the 46th Bear defense. That's literally what it is. That's why it's called 46.
Buddy Ryan's 46.
Yeah.
The Refrigerator Perry, Walter Payton, Mike Singletary, Coach Ditka. Come on, dog.
I'm trying to think who else was on that defense.
Was Buckets on that team?
No, hell no.
He was way old, right?
Yeah,
might be.
That was a good defense.
Singletary's a freak.
That you're hard pressed to find a better. The only defenses that I can honestly think of that could rival that were the 2000 Ravens and
they're on here somewhere, I think.
And that Broncos team recently. Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware.
Number 12 is the 2013 Seahawks.
That defense was gross too.
Yep, the Legion of Boom.
That was literally when you just like, hey Russell, just don't mess this up. We can win.
Right, which is fine in your first few years.
Yeah,
and then now he's the reason they win games.
Well, no, because now he knows how to win.
Right, I'm totally fine.
I will give Pete Carroll that. Any coach, it's the same thing for Joe Flacco. Okay. John Harbaugh was like, hey, don't. He won with. He's the same thing with. Who the hell was the coach? I could see his face, but I could never remember what his name is. He was the coach of the 2000 Ravens. Anyway.
Oh, Bill.
Not Belichick, but
Belichick. Brian Billick.
Brian Billick, yeah.
Why is that in here? Why do I know that?
I knew. So here's how I knew.
Brian Billick.
Belichick. I always confused him with Billick.
Because they look like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The other interesting one, number 17, was the 2007 Patriots.
That team that lost?
Yeah.
That's why.
A couple teams lost are up here.
Yeah, but they lost the opportunity to go undefeated.
If they go undefeated, are they the best team in the world?
Probably.
No, right?
Probably. At least the top
85
3.
Bears would fuck them up.
Yeah, but top 3 though, right? Because that defense was gross.
They were good defense.
That offense was disgusting.
Not good enough.
Well, no, obviously not. Not better than that Giants team. To be fair, though, Strahan was like
on the end of his, but they had like 8 defensive linemen.
Strahan never had a downslope. He literally retired. Perfect time.
OCU Manura was on that team.
Justin Tuck was backing up. Strahan.
They had like 4 or 5 linemen. They just
Michael
spun
Strahan will forever be one of my favorite players.
Is it because his teeth are fucked up?
And he just like seemed like he sacked.
So it's an interesting list for sure. I would love to. I haven't looked through a whole lot of it, to be honest with you. The 2017 Eagles are 27. That seems high.
As well.
They weren't that good of a team.
I don't think so.
04 Patriots are 29. The 09 Saints are 28. The 2000 Ravens are 30th.
I don't like that because
the quarterback was so bad.
The 09 Saints, that was the team that when they went in and they beat the Colts, right?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning handed them that game.
Also, they weren't that good of a team.
No.
They were like, meh. They were like, okay, you're the Super Bowl team.
If Peyton Manning doesn't throw that pick...
Yeah, but that Colts aren't that good anyway.
Whoa. You're right.
2002 Bucks are 34.
If Bob Sanders could have stayed healthy, that defense...
Oh, the 98 Vikings, bro.
Could you imagine... How did he not break all the passing records? Having Chris Carter on one side,
Randy Moss Chris Carter in the slot, bro. Then Randy Moss on the other side.
Ugh.
All-pro kicker Gary Anderson missed a field goal against Atlanta.
Why you gotta go there?
Fuck.
Gary played until he was like 45.
Anyway, so maybe we'll talk more about this some other time if we get some interesting teams. The last thing we want to discuss was They 2K actually put out the
all-decade
teams. So the starting five It goes.
Well, they're doing the 1950, but they haven't released anything back past 80. Right?
So we got the all 80s starting five. So the 80s decade starting five: Magic, Jordan, Bird, Kevin McHale, Moses Malone.
That's a gross team.
That's a good team. Will Kane, you can look up his video. He had like a 3-minute little video on it. He actually filled out benches for him too. I'm not going to do that because I don't know that well. The 90s was Stockton, Jordan, Pippen, Malone, and Olajuwon.
That's a gross team.
Wow, that's
Could you imagine the pick and roll, but there's also a third option to kick it out to Jordan? Like, you know what I mean?
Ugh. And Olajuwon's just hanging out.
Yeah, just like, hey, if you miss, I got you.
And Scottie Pippen doesn't play any offense. He just plays all defense.
Oh, for sure. You don't need him to
score.
So
Will Kane, the next one, Will Kane said this was his favorite. AI.
This is the only team that I think could mess with the 90s team.
AI, Kobe, young LeBron, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Here's I do remember his additions to this, right? He said take AI out.
But
Dirk. And let LeBron run point. So your backcourt is LeBron and Kobe. Your front court is Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dirk.
No.
I don't like that either. Personally,
they're all three of them would be too slow.
Yeah.
Who you gonna have guard up? Like, who's guarding Pippen?
Nobody. LeBron.
Okay, then who's guarding? And you got Jordan on
right.
Kobe.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Who's Dirk guarding on that? On that 90s
he said you could put in Steve Nash.
Dirk would come off the bench on that team. That would be gross.
Yep.
I guarantee.
D Wade didn't make the team. He could come off the bench.
Well, yeah. Who you putting D Wade on in front of all of them?
No, I agree.
Dwayne Wade is third. Dwayne Wade is there's no argument, right? He is the third best shooting guard of all time.
Yeah,
third,
solid.
And that's not because anything he did wrong.
No, it's
literally the reason why Kobe's second. Because nothing he did wrong.
It's just because Jordan was
you're
first.
Playing behind the GOAT. Yeah,
right,
it's like all right, we know who number one is.
So I gotta be honest, I don't like Tim Duncan in this spot.
Who you at?
Give me
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Kevin Garnett. Okay.
He
made the all-decade team over Kobe, by the way. And then the 2010s starting five is the most gross team, dog.
No, it's not.
Steph, James Harden, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Dwight Howard.
That team don't work.
What?
Who's your facilitator?
LeBron.
Sure. As soon as he passes to James Harden, the offense comes to a complete halt.
But he's gonna make the shot.
And so is it if you pass it to Steph Curry. Same thing.
But he's gonna make the shot.
No.
You have two players who can hit from 40 feet. James Harden is. I hate him as a person and a player, but god damn it, he can shoot the threes.
Hate him as a player? Why you hate him as a person?
Look at his beard.
Why don't
I like
have a beard? Yeah.
Listen, Kevin Durant can shoot from anywhere on the court.
Off.
Steph Curry can shoot from anywhere on the court.
I don't
James
like Dwight
Harden
Howard's on there.
Do you remember how good Dwight Howard was for that 5-year stretch? He did more in 5 years than
that was in the late 2000s and the early 2010s, right?
Yeah, so
why does he make? He's a gap player. Doesn't make either one. No. You know who should be on there instead of him?
Who?
Anthony Davis.
I will give you Anthony Davis. Fine.
Anthony Davis on that team,
even better.
Anthony Davis on that team makes that team gross.
I think
I get this is a good team. You're not messing with the 90s team.
Let's look at the 90s team again.
And you're not messing.
Let's look at the 90s team.
You're not messing with the
John
2000
Stockton
team.
is weak offensively.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
So what is he going to do against Garden?
Steph can't play defense.
Okay, I meant AI.
Oh, okay, yeah.
AI is locking up John Stockton. Jordan and Kobe is almost a wash.
What's James Harden going to do against Michael Jordan?
Cry in the corner,
exactly.
Dog. He's going to be in the sideline.
So James Harden's a no-go. So there you go. You cancel. So one of your players on the offense is canceled.
What is John Stockton going to do against Steph?
John Stockton is one of the best defensive point guards of all time.
What is John Stockton going to do against Steph Curry?
Nothing.
He's never seen a ball handler like that, and he can't shoot like that.
So Scottie Pippen locks up LeBron James.
Oh, I'm sorry. LeBron just passes to Kevin Durant.
Karl Malone locks up.
Say it, dog, with a straight face and full.
Hakeem Olajuwon locks up Dwight Howard. So now you're down to Steph and Kevin Durant versus that team.
You say it like it's casual.
Versus Jordan, Pippen, Malone, Stockton, Olajuwon. Because Olajuwon is bodying Dwight Howard down low.
100%.
Karl Malone is bodying Kevin Durant. Elbows and all, dog.
Kevin Durant's nowhere near the post because Kevin Durant's shooting threes.
Pippen doesn't matter. Pippen,
He has to guard the second greatest
No,
player
I'm
of all
talking
time.
about on offense. Doesn't matter.
No.
You know why?
But all 5 of these guys matter on offense.
Because you have Michael Jordan. You don't need Pippen on offense.
So Michael Jordan's just going to have a cakewalk?
Yeah, against James Harden.
Kobe. I'm talking about the 2000s team.
I'm literally matching the 2010 team.
Okay, fine.
Versus the 90s
You're
team.
right. He's going to have a field day on offense. But if he's the only one doing shit...
No. Kevin Durant ain't locking up Karl Malone. And Dwight Howard's going to lock
Karl
up Elijah
Malone's going to be guarded by LeBron.
So, wait, huh?
So Pippen will be guarded by Durant. Their body types match up better.
You're right. But still, though, Karl Malone, no. Karl Malone was good, dog.
LeBron James is so strong.
I'm not saying anything.
Karl Malone is strong. I get it. Dog, LeBron James is a freak,
reason why.
bro.
There's a reason why he's number 3 all time.
Because John Stockton threw the ball every single play.
Exactly. And then you've got his point guard. It's literally like Kareem and Magic.
No, Doc. Because the only...
This team is getting bodied on defense.
Here's why this team doesn't hold up. It's because LeBron's a little bit younger. No, dog, this is Miami Heat LeBron?
Okay, I didn't say LeBron. I'm saying James Harden's a no-go on offense. And he's getting bodied on defense.
He's still going to make shots.
Even if he can do all that dribbling shit and do that step back, he's not going to have energy because all Jordan's going to do, give me the ball, I'm taking this little bitch in the post, and I'm tiring him out all game.
But then you've got do you remember how good Dwight Howard was defensively?
Okay. What's he going to do against the Dream? Who? Against who? Who was his main competition in the 2000 from 2007 to 2011?
I'm fine.
Who was he guarding?
What I'm saying is
put Dwight Howard against Shaq.
Listen, Hakeem is
the Dream Shake.
Yeah, the Dream Shake was great.
He's killing Dwight Howard, dog.
Yeah, maybe, but Dwight
Dwight Howard can do is back you up, right?
Dwight Howard has something that Hakeem Olajuwon doesn't have, and that's supreme athleticism.
So you're trying to say that Olajuwon wasn't athletic? That's what you're trying to say? Go watch Hakeem clips.
I've seen Hakeem clips.
No, apparently not.
Hakeem does not jump and touch a 14-foot spot on the backboard.
That's not going to do you any good when Olajuwon does it.
It is when freaking Dwight pins his shit on the backboard.
It's not gonna, you know what's going to happen? He's going to bite on all them shakes, dog. All them shakes.
He got the shakes.
Ho.
Anyway,
I think of all the teams, the 10s is the worst team.
You are an absolute buffoon.
What are they going? What are they going to do against the 80s?
Let me argue with this.
We're going to do
when are we
80s.
playing?
What
rule set?
I guess it does matter.
Because if you play today, dog, they're winning.
If you play today, Jordan's at the free throw line every single game.
Jordan is the only player who could fit today. Argue. I'll wait.
Stockton could shoot. Olajuwon could shoot. Not deep. Karl Malone couldn't shoot. Pippen is all right.
Pippen is good for defense in today's NBA.
I'm telling you
that
no. Harden's fouled out in the second quarter, dog. I'm telling you right now.
But the 2000s team,
LeBron's probably fouled out because
if you think about the 2000 team, who's not on it? You know what I'm saying? You know how deep that bench goes? If you're really building a team,
2000 team?
The early 2000s, bro.
Yeah, it's gross.
And young ass LeBron with all that energy. Now he's not peak LeBron in Miami.
No, but he doesn't have to be. With Allen Iverson and Kobe on that team,
he's still the best passer in the NBA.
You could arguably just bump everyone down, right?
Yeah.
You could put that team right here is my favorite, just because that's the team I grew up watching. But I'm not gonna lie to you, that's the best team.
The 90s.
Plus, you don't know who's coming off the bench. That could play a lot into all these.
The 90s isn't the all 90s team isn't as deep as the 2000s, bro.
No, I'm not saying they are, but I'm saying like if
you know what we can do?
Play them, or at least watch it.
We can make it in 2K.
Can we?
Why not?
Could do it.
This is from 2K20.
Or just wait till 2K20 comes out next month.
Well, I don't know if that's going to be an option. But I'm saying,
they're going to be in there. They're going to be playable.
The Decades teams.
Yeah, just put it on and me and you watch it and just let it play. No user controls because that's going to mess everything up. Let them play. And we'll see what happens. Because there's no... See...
But 2K20 doesn't come out for like another month.
My problem with it is they're not going to be realistic. Because James Harden's going to do a bunch of dumb shit that look like...
Let's do
Jordan would give him this much space.
Do you remember when we simmed it? We could just make two teams. You take your 90s team. I'll take the early 2000s.
I'm saying the early 2000 team... The 2000 team is the only one that can mess with that 90s team. I don't know. That 80s team's gross, too.
I'm telling you, dog.
No.
We're talking about World Eater LeBron
That is the only player that matters on that team. Everyone else doesn't
Kevin
matter.
Durant is not going anywhere. Kevin Durant is not. You don't have enough defenders. In the 90s team, you don't have enough defenders to guard all the offense in the 2010s. I'm sorry, you don't.
You literally have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. That's it.
And LeBron.
No. Scottie Pippen's locked him up, though.
Scottie Pippen is fantastic.
Scottie Pippen is going to be something...
If you gave Scottie Pippen steroids, he would be LeBron James.
If you put Scottie Pippen on LeBron James never seen a defender like that. Remember when he out loud cried when Kawhi Leonard came in? That would be him the whole game if Pippen was on him.
And he still hit the game winner.
Did he? Because I remember when Ray Allen did.
That wasn't a game winner.
But it saved the series.
Overtime.
Because
you know who else does that? Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless does that all the time.
LeBron wouldn't even. He would have one title because without Ray Allen and without.
To be fair, you remember when Derek Fisher hit that shot with 0.2 seconds on the clock?
Yep.
That might be the most clutch shot of all time.
It's up there.
With Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry.
He's got 7 rings.
For standing in the corner.
He's got more rings than Michael Jordan, but no one ever talks about him.
He's obviously the greatest of all time.
No, Bill Russell. Not even an argument.
Anyway, so
he's got more rings than he's got fingers.
I think you've got an argument.
Bill Russell has 11.
Oh, you're talking about Bill Russell. I was like, 7 is not more than 10.
Does Robert Horry lose 3 fingers?
That is a terrible...
Now he would be the GOAT if he was balling like that and only had 7 fingers. Just like out there, how does he shoot? He's missing 3 fingers on his shooting.
It gives him more spin on the ball. Yeah. Anyway, let me double check my list here. I think that's everything for this week. Interesting week, to say the least. Hopefully Skip Bayless comes back so we can really bash him. Oh, I almost forgot. No episode next week due to scheduling conflicts. We have to take a week off, so we'll see you in a couple weeks. I'll probably post something. We'll post something on our social media so you can see that again later in the week. But again, no episode next week. Sorry you'll miss us. But we'll miss you just as much.
Probably more.
I
love the talk.
Yeah, the talk is good. Anyway, have yourselves a great week, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Labor Day weekend?